Well, away from the voice, we know cost of living is really biting, and the Albanese government on this front is vulnerable. Now, they know it, you know it, and that's, of course, why they're starting to get desperate and shrill. On the issue of power prices, never forget it was the Prime Minister who promised to cut household power bills by $275 per household per year, but instead, as recently as the 1st of July, they've just skyrocketed again by 25%. The Prime Minister blames the war in Ukraine, but most of this is his government's manic commitment to renewable energy, which needs expensive backup for roughly 70% of the time when the sun isn't shining and the wind isn't blowing. Now, I'm no net zero zealot, but the only way to get to net zero and keep the lights on and industry and jobs in this country is to move to nuclear power. And Peter Dutton, well, he understands that to win an election, it's not enough just to criticise the government. You've got to have a practical alternative. That's why it's so encouraging that the coalition's moving towards eliminating the ban on nuclear power, as reported in The Australian today. It says, and I'll quote again, a coal to nuclear transition, tapping Australia's world-leading uranium stocks, is firming as a centrepiece of the coalition's 2025 energy policy to secure long-term baseload power, slash emissions and lower power bills. Says the Coalition's energy spokesman Ted O'Brien, Coalition is learning lessons from Labor's misguided attempts to steamroll over regional communities in their rush to roll out renewables and transmission lines. It's one of the reasons, he says, why we're speaking so openly about these matters now, even before we've settled a policy. With small nuclear reactors safely powering ships and submarines for over 50 years, and soon to power our Australian subs as well, it makes no sense, none at all, to be in favour of nuclear power at sea, but somehow against it on land. With countries like France getting 70% of their power from nuclear and French power prices, well, lower than Germany's, it makes no sense to claim that nuclear power can't be economic. So good on the Dutton opposition for moving this way, which at the next election will, I hope, set up a good, honest contest over policy rather than just political personalities.